Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video, and in this video we're going to be having a look at the Stranger Things Season 4 Hopper action figure. They released this a while ago, back when Season 4 first came out, almost about 2 years ago now. I forget what the series was called. I don't have the packaging anymore because it's been a while since I've owned this figure. Particularly, but I cannot remember off the top of my head what the series was called. But this figure and one other figure in my collection are pretty much the only two figures in my collection I've still yet to do a review on. So I thought I would, I would do them. I'd get them out of the way and, show everybody, what they're all about. I'm not a huge fan of these figures particularly. I love Stranger Things, the show. But I'm going to get into what I don't like about them. But starting off with the head sculpt here, I mean, that looks just like Jim Hopper. That's actually a fantastic looking head sculpt. I'm actually surprised and shocked as to how much they captured, how much he looks, his likeness in Season 4. They did a fantastic job with that. That really just looks like Hopper, man. I cannot make out what it says on his shirt. I think it's supposed to say American, but obviously they didn't spell it right because they're not from America. They're from Russia. Let me get that to focus. There you go. But yeah, he's kind of got this blue jumpsuit thing going on here, with this like big winter coat. Obviously this is from when he was up in Russia, in Season 4. Wasn't the biggest fan of that whole storyline of how he got captured and sent to Russia. I like the storyline, but I'm not a big fan of what they did with it. I felt out of all the storylines in Season 4, besides 11's, that one kind of felt the slowest. But anyway, so this figure, again, sculpted very well. He's got this nice plaid, I guess you can call it plaid, like this sort of winter outfit here. It's just all blue, almost like a jumpsuit, but not quite, because it's more of a two-sectional piece. But my main issue and complaint with this figure is the articulation. The articulation on this guy is just horrendous. So pretty much almost every joint on this guy is a ball joint. You got ball joints in the arms. So, it allows for more movement and everything. He's got ball joints pretty much everywhere. He's got ball joints in the hands even. He's got ball jointed head, obviously. But the jacket does kind of hinder it from going around. He's got ball jointed legs. And he's got a ball-jointed torso, which is probably the worst part of it. But yeah, you can just tell everything is made out of ball joints. So because of that, it is a very loose figure. It's a very loose guy. And it's not so great. I can literally, because they're all ball joints, hold up. You can take off. Yeah. This sucker's on pretty good. There we go. You can take off every piece of him. I'm not going to do the legs because I remember the legs were a real big pain in the ass to get off. But you can even pop the torso off because they're all on ball joints. You can just completely deconstruct the figure, which is interesting. I've never really seen any figure that does that, especially not in this level of detail. So he just comes in pieces. These parts go on his arms. I cannot figure out how to put these back on properly. There's a way to do it. I'm just not sure what the way is. So that's why his arms kind of look all goofy all the time, because they have these arm pieces that are supposed to like cover certain parts of the arm, but I don't know how they go back into like the socket or whatever. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan particularly of the way that the design of these figures are. I feel like it would have been better if they just designed them kind of like how NECA designs their figures. I feel like they designed them, NECA's designs are pretty freaking flawless, in my honest opinion. I feel like they knock it out of the park every time with the designs of their figures. And now it's going to be a pain in the ass to pop these joints back in, because the ball joints move so damn much because they're so loose. There we go. See, this blue thing that I just put in there is kind of supposed to cover where the ball joint is, and I cannot get it to do that again, and it's very frustrating. There we go. And so you just pop the joints back on. And again, it's very hard because the ball joints move so much. And it makes them, it's very just loose, and it just makes for a very wobbly, poorly feeling made figure. Let me bring this around. The head is proven to be the most challenging aside from the legs. The legs took me, last time I took them off, it took me a few hours to get them back on. There we go. You see how kind of this arm looks different than this one? It's because you kind of have to maneuver this thing back here in such a way that it covers the socket like this one does. That's kind of how it's supposed to look. But I'm just not able to get this, this fucking piece to cover the joint. But yeah, it just is what it is. So they're sculpted beautifully. It feels very poorly made just because of the fact that they decided to use all ball joints for whatever reason. He doesn't really have anything too much going on with his hands. Nothing like special on it. Would have been nice if this figure came with some accessories. He really doesn't come with anything. It is bare bones. It is just the figure. And they charge you $40 for just the figure, man. I mean, Jesus, like a NECA figure that's like the cost of a NECA figure. And, those things are ridiculously sculpted, beautifully articulated, tons of accessories, beautiful packaging and everything. This guy, it doesn't come with a single accessory, and he was $40, so pretty outrageous. Would I say it's worth it? If you're a fan of the show and you just and you're trying to collect them, I would. I kind of only got the characters that I really cared about. There's some that have still, eluded me thus far. I only got 2 out of the set so far, so I do plan on eventually getting the rest. I would like to. Spoiler alert: the only other figure I have is Vecna, which he was my ultimate end-all be-all. He's the one I wanted the most. But I would like to get an 11, a Dustin, a Mike. I don't really care about getting Lucas or Max, or if they do have a Billy, I would be interested in that. But, are they worth $40 though? In my honest opinion, no. They are not worth $40. I feel like that's a bit of an outrageous price. I'd say they're worth maybe about 20. I feel like 20 would be a nice price range, considering, again, they don't come with accessories. Yeah, I feel like $20 would be a nice, good price range for this guy. But no, 40 is what they charge us, so yeah. He does get some detailing here on the jacket. He's got some pockets going on right here. He's kind of got the collar poofing up here. Again, he really does look like he's wearing, a jumpsuit. Like, it feels very reminiscent of, obviously, Michael Myers, but if you were able to pop a Myers head onto this guy, I'm pretty sure it would look all right, aside from the fact that, his shirt isn't connected with his pants or whatever, but, yeah. So that is the Hopper figure, guys. I'm sorry there wasn't too much to show you. Again, these figures don't really include all that much. It's really just the figure. They don't get any accessories, which, again, is very disappointing, but yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.